Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead and another What We Eat for Dinner in a Week. In these videos, I show you how I combine inexpensive Aldi groceries with food that we are blessed with from the food pantry to make hopefully well-balanced, delicious meals. As a family, we generally eat low carb because my husband and I do for health reasons. And as the sole cook in the house, it's easier for me to make one meal than try to be a short order cook. But you'll see variations to that, and I will explain as we go. So tonight is Monday night, and we had the two food pantries. You will have seen both of those already, although I doubt I'm going to get both of them out on the same day. We had our county food pantry, and then we had a mobile food pantry where we were like uber blessed. So definitely go watch that mobile food pantry one because it was amazing. I'm still kind of in shock. So I needed something quick and easy sides to go. I already had the meat planned out, but I needed quick and easy sides, and we happened to get two from the food pantries today. So the meat is about a half of a bag of chicken thighs, the frozen ones from Aldi. I thawed those out and cut them into about bite-sized pieces, like adult bites, all the way down to kid bites. And then you bread them in flour if you are not low-carb, gluten-free, like I am. If you aren't, then, if you aren't flour. If you are, then do a mix of ground pork rinds and Parmesan cheese, and it works great. It's called pork panko, which is funny to me because it's like pork, like panko breadcrumbs. And these are kind of like a chicken nugget almost. So then I just fried them in a pan with a little bit of, I used lard. You can use any oil that you want. And then I sprinkle on seasoned salt. This is something my mom used to make when I was a kid. They're delicious. I don't know why. They just are. Something super simple. With that, I took a couple of the zucchini from the food pantry and sliced those up. Fried those in oil. Do not salt your zucchini until you are done cooking it because it pulls the moisture out of the zucchini if you want them to get fried in any way, shape, or form. Fry them at a nice medium-high heat and fast. And then I added in I turned the pan off and added in some garlic and sauteed that in the bottom of the pan for just like 30 seconds. Stirred that in, and then I sprinkled it all with Parmesan cheese, and that looks delicious. And then for another easy side, we're going to do some of that massive amount of potato salad that we got today. And my husband was already into this one and tasted it and said it was really good. So he and some of the kids ate some bites of it. For me, because I won't do the potato salad, we still have some green beans left over from last week, so I will probably warm some of those up. Or I'll just eat a whole lot of zucchini because I love zucchini. So that is a nice, quick, and easy Monday night dinner. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Tuesday night, and I have spent the majority of the day, we did school this morning, and then the majority of the day canning applesauce, and the dehydrator is running with a second load of apple slices, and that I only used a box and a half. I'm going to be at this all day tomorrow, too, and maybe the day after that. So I was glad to have something quick and easy to make for dinner tonight. So we have 3 cans of salmon patties because 2 cans gets us maybe a couple of leftovers. So I'm like, yeah, I would like some leftovers of these. So we went ahead and did 3 cans worth of salmon patties, some steamed broccoli with just a simple cheese sauce that I made, some heavy whipping cream, just heat it up, some garlic powder, and then turn the heat off and add cheese. Super simple. And then what's going to be like the side dish for the next week? Potato salad. So, yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't think I looked at what the expiration date was on those up there. February 24th. So, and that's the use by date. So, yeah, we'll try to, you know, smell it if it starts getting past that date too far. So, anyway, that is a Mom's tired Tuesday meal. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Wednesday night, and I spent all day canning again. I got a total of 20 quarts and 19 pints over the last 2 days, plus 3 gallons of dehydrated so far. And I still have about 35 pounds of apples to go, but the rest of them I think I'm going to dehydrate, and then the kids will eat some fresh. So because of that, I threw food in the crock pot today. I'm glad I had that scheduled out for this week. So I'm going to post this recipe in the show notes, but I will admit I used it loosely, very loosely. So I did some frozen chicken thighs in the crock pot, and I put them in frozen, cooked them on low for a couple of hours, and then to that, once that was like the chicken was thawed and starting to cook, I added some, the recipe called for Italian seasoning and minced, like chopped up sun-dried tomatoes. And I just used ours that I dehydrated and soaked in oil from our garden. I added in the heavy whipping cream to this. I did not cook it separate, which is what the recipe told you to do. It told you to brown the chicken and all. I did not have time for that today. So then once that was done, it had you add Parmesan cheese, and then I also added a scoop of the cream cheese that we got from the food pantry the other day. And it's good. It tastes really good. It reminds me kind of like texture-wise, it's not pretty, but it reminds me texture-wise of the cracked chicken that you do in the crock pot. So it's kind of like an Italian spin on that. So we're just going to eat it as is. You could totally serve this over noodles. You could serve it over broccoli, would be really good, which is usually how I do the cracked chicken. But yeah, it's quite tasty. With that, I just did some green beans in the air fryer. And then I baked a loaf of the artisan bread in 5 minutes a day. I will put that recipe in the show notes because it's really easy, like really easy. You mix up like 4 or 5 ingredients in a bowl, and then you let it sit for 12 to 18 hours. Then you form it into a ball, let it rise for half an hour while your pan gets hot, and then you bake it in your Dutch oven 30 minutes with the lid on, 15 minutes with the lid off. And it just makes a beautiful, crusty loaf of bread. So my kids all love this, and it had been a long time since I had made it. And like I said, that's so easy. You can also, I need to go back, the last meals of the week, I typed it up and I forgot to add, you can bake this in a loaf pan, like a standard loaf of bread, 350, I'm wanting to say 45 minutes. I'll put the recipe in the show notes with the for sure number. And it makes a quick and easy loaf of bread. It's not like the greatest texture on a loaf of bread like sandwich bread ever, but if you are looking for really quick and easy, you could bake a loaf of bread every day, because you get one baked that night and that evening you start the next loaf for the next day. So you could have fresh bread every day. You could do this every couple of days. You could do it once a week if you're single, or just you and your husband or whatever, and make that work. So really quick and easy. I mean, the bake time is like the longest time that you're actually hands-on and need to be there. So, all right, that is Wednesday night. I'm tired. I'm going to take a hot bath before bed tonight and soothe some sore muscles. But my kids were very helpful today, but it was still a lot of work. So we will see you tomorrow night. It is Thursday night, and you are going to hear the dehydrator in the background for the next several days, probably. Because I've been doing 2 batches a day of apple slices in there, so it's just constantly going. All right, tonight we have hamburgers and hot dogs. We have potato salad, because this is going to happen multiple times. We're going to keep eating it until it goes bad. Coleslaw, and then zucchini fries for those of us who want them. Not, my oldest daughter did not care for the potato salad, so she'll eat that. I will probably eat a small amount of the potato salad and zucchini fries, but the raw cabbage is meh on my tummy. One of my guys doesn't like zucchini fries, so he'll do that. You know, that's how this is going to work. So that's kind of why I went ahead and did the third side for tonight. Was one, I don't count potato salad as a vegetable. That's a carb, but I do have buns for hot dogs and hamburgers and all of the toppings. Well, like all the condiments. I don't have like tomato. I've got lettuce, but I don't have tomato or oh, I've got pickles, so I need to grab those out. But I don't have like bacon, onions, anything like that I'm going to throw on them. We're fine with simple hamburgers. So that is Thursday. Thursday night. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Friday night, and Friday night at our house means pizza night. Sometimes that's store-bought, sometimes it's homemade. It is pretty much never takeout because we live too far out in the country for takeout to be delivered to us. And I can make a whole lot of frozen pizzas from scratch pizzas for a lot less and a lot faster than it would take us to order it and drive into town and pick it up and bring it home. So we just don't do it. So tonight I took that rosemary take and bake loaf and I sliced it into 3 sections and made pizzas out of it. I did this with it the last time we got one of these and it worked great and tastes great too. So there are 2 pepperoni and 1 cheese. To go with that, we have the steamable edamame that I just did in the microwave and then put in this bowl and salted it. Most of my kids have never had this. I know my oldest 2 have because I had grown this before. But I know my youngest 3 probably haven't, so I'm excited for them to experience it just because it's fun to eat, because you don't eat the whole pod. You pop the seeds out. Watch, and I can't get one out. There it goes. You pop the seeds out and you just eat the little soybean seed. So they will be getting to experience that for the first time. And then in the back, I made just a quick and easy fruit salad from fruit that we had on hand. We have an apple, the blueberries from the food pantry this week, an orange from the food pantry, a can of canned diced pears, and I think that's it, maybe, I don't know. For me, we have leftover burgers, so I might do that, we'll see. But yeah, tonight is also the one night a week that we for sure do dessert. And I'm trying to think of what all I have on hand. I've got some cookies that I could bake. We've still got a couple of those brownie things. Oh, we got those chocolate animals the other day, so my kids have been begging to eat one of those, so maybe one of those, or, well, a half of one of those. I don't know. We'll see. I always usually just pull out whatever dessert things that we have and let the kids choose from there. I have some Russian custard that I made for myself. That is a... if you search Bumblebee Apothecary Russian custard, it's her recipe. And it's a GAPS friendly recipe, so it's tummy friendly. And so I use it and I make like more than one batch and freeze it. And then if you pull it out about an hour before you want to eat it, I like freeze it in 1/2 pint jars. And if you pull it out about an hour before you want it, it kind of becomes an ice cream texture. So I would probably do one of those. So, yeah, that is everything. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Saturday night, and normally on Saturday nights, I make a big dinner so that we have leftovers for Sunday, because Sunday when we get home from church, I pull out all of the leftovers from the week and let the kids choose whatever they want for dinner or for lunch. But we have church fellowship meal after church tomorrow. And so yesterday... I had planned to do probably a deer roast in the crock pot today. And I started a loaf of the artisan bread. And then this morning I woke up and I went, wait, we have church fellowship meal, which means we don't need leftovers. And I know we have plenty of leftovers. So what if we just have leftovers for Saturday night's dinner instead, so I don't have to cook? So that's what we're doing. So this is all of the leftovers from the week. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to call the kids in. Usually I have popsicle stick with their names on them, and I draw names so that it's fair. And I call them in, and they get to pick whatever they want. So if they want a salmon patty and a hot dog and some cottage cheese, whatever, fine. It is all about getting the leftovers used. So I went ahead and pulled that loaf of bread. It is still warm from the oven. And we've got butter for it. I will also probably get out jelly and honey, and they can pick what they want on it. There's some coleslaw left, some edamame. That is some cheesy broccoli, zucchini in stick form, zucchini in sliced form. Can you tell we had zucchini? Some pizza, some more potato salad. We still have like 4 more containers in the fridge. Some applesauce. This is one of the jars that I did that did not seal. I only had 1 out of the almost 40 jars that didn't seal, so hey, that's good. But that is out, and then cottage cheese, and we are one of those weird ones that we like cottage cheese with applesauce on top, except for my husband. He's the only one that doesn't. We have some burger patties and 1 hot dog. I do have another pack of hot dogs that I'm tempted to get out. I don't know, because it's one of those where I feel like we have enough meats that we don't need it. This is that Tuscan creamy chicken and then plenty of salmon patties. So I'm kind of leaning toward not getting out the hot dogs, and just whoever's name happens to be drawn first will probably choose that, and everybody else will go, oh man, but yeah, it is what it is. But this is a great way of getting leftovers used. I know most people, a lot of households struggle to use them, but that is something that's important to me, is to not have food waste. I hate food waste. I hate throwing food, even though we still don't waste the food. The food that we don't manage to get eaten goes out to our chickens. And so we're still not even wasting it, but it's still, I would rather have us eat it than chickens eat it, you know, if we have that option. So if you are new here, that is the end of our week of meals, because like I said, tomorrow for lunch, we would normally have leftovers. Tomorrow we have fellowship meal, after church. And then, tomorrow for dinner, I will pull out snack charcuterie board type things. So nuts, dried fruits, cured meats, crackers, cheese, pickles, anything along those lines, things that you would normally see in a charcuterie board. I'll pull that out and I'll let the kids pick and choose. And on that meal, I even bust out paper plates because it is my day off. That is our goal on Sundays, is to, like, I clean the whole house on Saturday and make sure all the laundry is folded and, the house is generally picked up and all of that, so that on Sundays we have a day of rest. We get home from church and we goof off for the rest of the day. If it's nasty, cold, wet, rainy, we'll do board games inside, puzzles, watch some YouTube, that kind of thing. If it's nice out, a lot of times we end up playing outside, or the kids and I will take a walk or bike ride or something like that. So, yeah. All right, that is our week of meals. I will post any relevant recipes in the show notes. If you have any questions about anything that I have made that you would like some more details on how to do it, please ask. I do try really, really hard to read and respond to all of the comments. Definitely read them all, responding to the ones that have questions. I really try to do that. Forgive me if I miss one occasionally. Between the two ways of getting notifications, I don't always somehow manage to get all of them. So, yeah, I try to, but busy mom. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.